Hi everyone, my name is Nomkosi Lugama and welcome to my YouTube channel, Notes from my Pad. Today I want to talk about accountability partner or the importance of having accountability partners. So I thought that before I dive into the subject, perhaps I could just start by posing a few questions which speaks to the few first videos, maybe video 1 and 2 that I did at the beginning of the year. And then we can come back to the subject. I just have like a few questions actually. Where am I at? Sorry. A few questions. I actually did this a few days ago. I just didn't have time to sit down and do the video. Okay, so the questions that I'd like you to challenge yourself with. What is that thing that you can confidently say you have not dropped the ball on? Either you have completed the project or you finished what you started, or it's something that you are still at, you're still working very hard at it and you're happy and proud that you're keeping it moving. And obviously it can be anything. And I do want to say that there's nothing that we are taking for granted in this life, okay? Because life, as human beings, being alive is a big thing and our lives do matter. And every other day we wake up and we try and be brave and we are just holding on, sometimes. And sorry, we're pushing and we're hard at work. So I do want to say that in terms of the things or a thing that you feel that you haven't dropped the ball on, even if it's just keeping alive, because I know that sometimes you go some very depressive moments whereby keeping alive is the biggest thing that you actually fight for, that you think about every day, just trying to keep breathing. I hope that I hope we're not going through such moments so that we could then be working towards more bigger and much more active stuff other than just trying to keep breathing. But obviously that's a first, because without it, then there's no us. Without it, then we can't even be here, to discuss such issues. But I do want to encourage that keep breathing and stay alive and fight to be alive. Fight, even if it means you have to scream to get attention if you feel like, oh no, it's not happening, or life is against me. And then the second question is, what is that thing which you say you've done yourself proud, you did not let yourself down. You stood up for yourself, you showed up and you were on time and you performed to your best abilities. Think about it, and I'd appreciate you letting me know in the comments below. Then coming back to today's issue of accountability, I want to encourage us to actually think about this, because most of us, we do have accountability partners, but we're not always conscious about who they are or the role that they play in our lives. But perhaps it might be helpful to actually be aware. It might be helpful to be aware. And then we can also be able to use them accordingly and use them appropriately. But also perhaps we can also be able to just appreciate them, just appreciate them for the work that they do in our lives and for the role that they play in our lives. So for me, an accountability partner, it can be anybody. Anybody can be an accountability partner in your life. For example, your parents or your parent can serve as an accountability partner if you have that kind of a close relationship with. Actually, I'm now making an example with the parents, because just a few days ago, one of my PhD students told me that her mom makes her accounts for the work that she's doing, like her PhD, which I found very interesting and funny, because a PhD is a senior level of study, and our parents are sometimes not always full-time running after us, like like how it happens when we're in primary or secondary, just kind of wanting us to account all the time. So, but in her case, she has her mom who will be asking her, hey, have you achieved this, have you done that, because they share information about her own milestones. I appreciated that. I thought it was quite a cool relationship that they had. But which is now why I'm making an example about your parent potentially being able to be your accountability partner as well. And sorry, and your accountability partner, like the reason why I said you can have a partner or partners is because I would assume that in different aspects of our lives, sometimes we might need different people, because an accountability partner is somebody who needs to relate to that particular area of your life. It's somebody who needs to be interested in that area of your life. It's somebody who needs to probably be active themselves maybe in that area of your life, because then that how it makes sense, that how it's easy for you to communicate with them about that area of your life. And I'll make an example about studies. Okay, studies, you can be telling your partner, or have an exam, share with them the timetable, share with them the dates for assessments, and share with them the challenges working towards them, share with them your results, share with them your goals and what you are planning to achieve. And then you can have an accountability partner in relation to financial management. Sorry. If if you need somebody to support you through the journey of, I don't know, maybe just being financially literate, or just like maybe learning how to save, or just being good at it, not only just learning, or just saving for something big, or like planning around investments and stuff. Or even if you want to buy, like, I don't know, buy a house, buy a car, or even just buy whatever, you need an accountability partner. Or also, if you want to reduce particular types of expenditure in your statement, so you would need somebody that might help you account. Like, even when you like smoking maybe, and you don't want to smoke no more, or if you're drinking alcohol and you don't want to drink no more, so you might want to find somebody that you are close with, who understands you, and somebody who wants what you want for yourself, yeah, somebody who hopefully is around your life, so that they can also be able to identify if you're kind of lagging, behind, so that you're not always the only one who needs to be reporting. But this issue of accountability is really like almost, it's very personal. It's like a mature kind of, it's for people who are mature, and it's for people who are serious about their lives. It's for people who know what they want. You're not gonna have an accountability partner who forces themselves upon you. This is why I was saying that it's nice to be conscious, to be aware, so that sometimes you can tell them that this is the role that you play in my life, so that they can do it willingly, do it actively, and do it kind of like fully in support. Yeah, so I mean, it could be somebody who assists you with like weight management, physical activity, and again, your coach, your personal trainer can be your accountability partner. But I mean, it's not everybody who has a coach or a personal trainer, but even your friends or the people that you go to gym with, they can be accountability partners. Sometimes what is nice about accountability partners, which is the reason why I thought about talking about this topic, is that, okay, now I'll say, like you guys know that I do swimming, which my kids do as well, but I also do karate, which my kids do as well. So 2 weeks ago, I was like feeling really lazy, and I thought I had too much to deal with, and I didn't want to go to karate. And then, but I told them that they had to go, so they were preparing, dressing up and all. And then just like 5 minutes before they left the house, because I had asked their dad to take them there. I wasn't going to take them there when I'm not making it myself. Then I just decided, no, let me just go and actually put on my gear, and let me go down with these guys to go for training. Then that's how I thought, oh my God, these guys are actually holding me to account. Although they were not challenging me per se, but sometimes they would ask me, Mom, or no, why are you not going? Mom, let's go, it'll be fine, whatever, But I felt like they were kind of playing that role of making me accountable, because especially for me as their parent, there's that idea that whatever that I do, they'll end up doing as well. There'll be a stage where they stop listening to what I say and they look at what I do. That's how kids are. So I thought, if I'm feeling lazy and I'm not going to gym, they're gonna learn that if you're lazy, you can just not do what you want to do. And that's not how I want them to grow up. So I did think that, actually, you guys do serve as my accountability partner, so I have to account to them if I'm not doing the things that we promised each other that we were going to do, like me joining gym, because we had this conversation with them. But you can take it to any kind of aspect of your life, but the most important thing is for you to know that this is somebody who is close to you, somebody that you have a good relationship with, somebody that wants to see you win, somebody who's willing to put in the efforts, because this idea of just listening to you, this idea of just fighting with you, pulling with you, pushing with you, the idea of encouraging you, the idea of just being there for you, is some kind of work, that needs appreciation and that needs acknowledgement, but also that is very useful, because sometimes that's why we succeed, that's why sometimes you don't end up dropping the ball fully. Sometimes you can take a break, sometimes you can slow down, but eventually we stand up and we dust ourselves and we get on the road. So I think it is important that we have accountability partners, and I want to encourage that we find them, we identify them, we acknowledge them, and we work with them accordingly, so that we win all the time, so that we succeed all the time, but also so that we feel supported, because it's not always about winning, actually, and it's not always about succeeding, but it's just having somebody to walk the journey with, somebody who can be understanding, so that even when you decide to no, I'm calling it a day, then they would understand, because they would have walked the journey with you. They would have known what you have gone through, then they can support you even in taking that decision. So yes, go find those accountability partners in your life, and let them do their job, and then you do what you need to do as well. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.